Tonight, we're diving into the latest betting tips and picks for the upcoming CFP National Championship between Michigan and Washington. The upcoming College Football Playoff National Championship game is set to showcase two top-notch teams as Washington takes on Michigan at NRG Stadium in Houston. With the championship title on the line, the game is generating anticipation and speculation about the potential outcome. As the game approaches, bettors and analysts are weighing in on their predictions and betting tips. There is a sense of acknowledgement for Washington's strengths, particularly its offensive capabilities. The team's elite quarterback, exceptional offensive line, and impressive wide receivers have caught the attention of the experts. There is a prevailing sentiment that Washington has the potential to not only cover the points, but also clinch a victory based on their offensive prowess. However, amidst the optimism for Washington, there is also a recognition of the defensive capabilities of Michigan. The team's well-coached defense and ability to control the game through running the football has led to predictions of a tightly contested match. Some voices in the analysis express a preference for the under, citing the expectation of a game environment that may limit Washington's offensive output. In terms of individual player performance, there is anticipation for standout players to make an impact. Attention is drawn to potential offensive contributors like Polk, with expectations of him continuing his consistent performance. Additionally, analysis of the quarterback's past performance and the strategic approach of Michigan's offense further shapes the outlook for the game. Amidst the varied insights and perspectives, the stage is set for a highly anticipated showdown between Washington and Michigan in the College Football Playoff National Championship game. As the teams prepare to clash on the field, the expectations and predictions continue to fuel the excitement surrounding the highly awaited championship matchup. In sports news, Maryland's quarterback Tagovailoa has officially entered the transfer portal. Quarterback Taulia Tagovailoa has chosen to enter the transfer portal for the second time in his career. After transferring to Maryland before the 2020 season, Tagovailoa has made an impact as the Big Ten's career passing leader. During his time with the Terrapins, he has set multiple records, including career passing yards, 11,256, single-season passing yards, 3,860 in 2021, and career completions, 955. However, as he has completed his fifth year of eligibility, any transfer to another program would require a waiver for a sixth year, the status of which is currently uncertain. Coach Mike Locksley of Maryland acknowledged the situation, highlighting that Tagovailoa had opted not to participate in the bowl game in order to pursue other opportunities, such as the NFL or transferring to another college. Locksley emphasized the mutual respect between the player and the coaching staff. Tagovailoa, the brother of quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, may still pursue a career in the NFL. If granted a sixth year of eligibility, he would be eligible to play immediately as a graduate transfer. In sports news, Tulane University has recently acquired a new quarterback transfer from Oregon. Tulane received a major boost with the commitment of Ty Thompson, a transfer from Oregon who is set to take charge of the Green Wave's offense in 2024. Hailing from Gilbert, Arizona, Thompson was a highly sought-after talent, ranking as the number 67 prospect in the 2021 class and earning a 4-star rating. His prowess as a pocket passer further solidified his standing as the 15th best in his class. After initially signing with the Ducks, Thompson made the decision to transfer, ultimately landing at Tulane. During his freshman year in 2021, Thompson saw action in 3 games, where he made an impact by amassing 87 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. His sophomore year saw him participate in a total of 14 games, during which he recorded 297 yards and 4 touchdowns. Despite showcasing his abilities, he predominantly served as the backup to Bo Nix at Oregon. With eligibility remaining for 2 more years, Thompson's addition to Tulane comes at a crucial juncture for the team, as they seek to fill the void left by Michael Pratt, who declared for the NFL draft. This move positions Thompson as the frontrunner to lead Tulane's offensive charge, providing the team with an opportunity to tap into his potential and build a formidable presence on the gridiron. The president of the Bears expresses satisfaction with the team's current condition while avoiding discussion about Eberflus. In a recent address, Chicago Bears team president and CEO Kevin Warren discussed the state of the franchise, highlighting several key developments. Notably, he did not disclose the future of coach Matt Eberflus, who has faced scrutiny during a challenging season for the team. Although the Bears struggled early on, they have shown resilience by winning 4 of their last 5 games. Warren expressed a commitment to evaluating the team's on-field performance after the season concludes. Additionally, Warren shared significant news regarding a $1 million donation to Lurie Children's Center for Cancer and Blood Disorders. This contribution holds personal significance for Warren, as it honors the memory of his sister, who passed away from brain cancer in 2014. The impetus for the donation stemmed from his sister's wish for him to make a positive impact on the lives of children fighting cancer. This act of philanthropy reflects Warren's own experience receiving medical care as a child, emphasizing the importance of providing support to those in need. Acknowledging Bears owner Virginia McCaskey's 101st birthday, Warren conveyed satisfaction with the team's energy and competitive spirit, both on and off the field. Looking ahead, the franchise anticipates leveraging the first overall pick in the upcoming draft and exploring the prospect of a new stadium at the former Arlington Racetrack grounds. Discussions related to the stadium plans have reportedly resumed after facing previous obstacles. Warren expressed optimism for the future of the franchise, highlighting ongoing initiatives to strengthen the team's brand and infrastructural developments. With a focus on progress and growth, the Bears appear to be navigating a transformative period under Warren's leadership. Today, we'll be discussing the recent developments surrounding Tony Pollard and the Cowboys' rushing attack. Frisco, Texas. Dallas Cowboys lead running back Tony Pollard, entering the final week of the regular season, is just 65 yards away from reaching 1,000 rushing yards. Despite this impressive statistic, Pollard is not satisfied with his individual performance. He has expressed disappointment with his season, but remains optimistic about the team's prospects in the upcoming playoffs. The Cowboys have faced challenges in their running game this season. Currently averaging 111.8 rushing yards per game, they are ranked 14th in the NFL. The team's overall running game performance has been inconsistent, with a streak of 3 consecutive games without exceeding 100 rushing yards. This has raised concerns about their ability to establish a formidable ground attack in the playoffs. Offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer acknowledged the need for improvement, emphasizing that the coaching staff is committed to addressing the issue. The struggles in the running game extend beyond Pollard's individual performance, as evidenced by the team's difficulties in generating consistent positive yardage and overcoming opposing defenses. This has prompted a critical self-assessment of their running game strategy, with the coaching staff and players alike recognizing the need to rectify the underlying issues. Despite these challenges, there is confidence within the team that they have the necessary talent to succeed in the playoffs. Looking ahead to the final regular season matchup against the Washington Commanders, the Cowboys have an opportunity to exploit their opponent's vulnerable run defense, which is currently ranked 25th in the league. In their previous meeting earlier in the season, the Cowboys managed to effectively run the ball against the Commanders, amassing 100 yards on 18 carries. They will seek to replicate this success and build momentum for the playoffs. As the regular season concludes and the playoffs loom, the Cowboys are focused on reviving their running game to ensure a strong postseason performance. Despite the challenges and criticisms, there is a shared determination within the team to rectify the issues and establish a formidable ground attack as they aim for playoff success. This week in the NFL, we'll be discussing the latest updates on player injuries and how they may impact their teams. Some NFL teams getting the edge in playoffs, some struggling with injuries. As the NFL regular season nears its end and playoff positions are clinched, several teams find themselves in do-or-die situations, facing critical injuries at key positions that could determine their postseason fate. The Jacksonville Jaguars are aiming to win the AFC South and secure a playoff spot with a win on the road against the Indianapolis Colts. However, their starting quarterback, Trevor Lawrence, is dealing with a sprained right AC joint. Coach Doug Peterson stated that Lawrence may be a game-time decision, depending on his shoulder's response after increased throwing on Friday. The Atlanta Falcons are also eyeing a win-and-in scenario to clinch the NFC South, facing the New Orleans Saints on the road. Their starting quarterback, Matt Ryan, practiced in full on Friday despite rib discomfort. Meanwhile, the Falcons' current starting quarterback, Taylor Heinicke, is listed as questionable with a left ankle injury, and his status for the game remains uncertain. The Kansas City Chiefs' leading wide receiver, Tyreek Hill, is ruled out for Sunday's game against the Denver Broncos due to a hamstring injury. In addition, wide receiver Mecole Hardman and cornerback Rashad Fenton are also sidelined, impacting the team's offensive and defensive strategies. The Baltimore Ravens have already secured the AFC's #1 seed and have opted to rest several starters, including quarterback Lamar Jackson. Wide receiver Marquise Brown is doubtful with a calf injury, and the team may rely on other players to step up. The Las Vegas Raiders are uncertain about the availability of running back Josh Jacobs, who is a game-time decision due to a hamstring injury. On the Cincinnati Bengals front, wide receiver T. Higgins is unlikely to play in the season finale due to a knee injury. The Los Angeles Chargers tight end, Hunter Henry, has been ruled out for the season finale against the Las Vegas Raiders due to a knee injury. His absence will impact the team's offensive options. Throughout the league, numerous other players are dealing with injuries heading into the final weekend of the regular season. These injuries may have significant implications for teams' playoff aspirations and roster decisions. Injuries are an inevitable and influential part of professional sports, and the final weekend of the NFL regular season will test teams' depth and adaptability to overcome these challenges. Now, let's delve into the dynamic receiving corps supporting Washington's offense, led by Rome Odunze. Washington Huskies receiver Rome Odunze faced a pivotal decision a year ago after making a mark in college football and being part of an outstanding receiving corps. He contemplated his future, weighing his options with family before deciding to stay at UW. His goal to win a national championship has been unwavering since high school, and he now stands at the cusp of achieving just that. The Huskies receivers, led by Odunze, have been instrumental in their success this season. Their impressive performance, particularly in the college football playoff semifinal, has served as validation for the team, often overlooked due to the West Coast bias in college football. Michael Penix Jr.'s exceptional precision and the receiver's ability to create separation have been key to their success, and offensive coordinator Ryan Grubb's vision for the players has played out effectively. Odunze, along with Jalen Polk and Jalen McMillan, has been a force to be reckoned with, combining for 191 catches, 3,201 yards, and 26 touchdowns. Their prowess has been crucial to the team's offensive strategy. Despite facing a formidable opponent in the upcoming national championship game against Michigan, the Huskies remain confident in their abilities, focusing on proving themselves right rather than proving others wrong. For Odunze, the game against Michigan presents an opportunity to further solidify his status as a top prospect for the NFL draft. His exceptional performance throughout the season has placed him as a finalist for the Fred Biletnikoff Award and a potential first-round pick. With the championship game on the horizon, Odunze aims to showcase his skills and contribute to UW's quest for a national title. Coming up, the latest on coaching changes and the decision facing Belichick. Coach Bill Belichick and team owner Robert Kraft are expected to meet soon to discuss their futures, sources told ESPN. There has been speculation around the league about a potential change for the New England Patriots. The uncertainty around Belichick's future has raised questions about whether this could be his final game coaching the Patriots. Despite the rumors, there has been no public confirmation from either side about a potential split. The situation has left many awaiting a potential resolution. Meanwhile, in Tennessee, there are murmurs about potential changes within the Titans organization. Coach Mike Vrabel's future is reportedly under review, leading to uncertainty about the team's coaching staff. The situation is expected to be clarified following organizational meetings later this week. In Washington, changes are anticipated as new owner Josh Harris is set to overhaul the franchise. The search for new leadership will be comprehensive as the team aims to address long-standing issues. In Dallas, coach Mike McCarthy's fate is reportedly tied to the team's performance in the postseason. Questions also loom over defensive coordinator Dan Quinn's future with the Cowboys. The Atlanta Falcons are contemplating organizational changes as owner Arthur Blank deliberates on potential adjustments to the coaching staff. Meanwhile, in Carolina, the Panthers are expected to make personnel changes, with general manager Scott Fitterer being the subject of scrutiny following head coach firings. The New Orleans Saints are brainstorming strategies to solidify the team's position moving forward. As for the Las Vegas Raiders, discussions are ongoing regarding the retention of their interim head coach, Antonio Pierce, with owner Mark Davis weighing potential options. In Los Angeles, the Chargers are undergoing an exhaustive search for their next head coach and general manager, exploring various possibilities for these critical roles. In Chicago, coach Matt Eberflus is expected to return for another season following the team's resurgence in recent games. The Denver Broncos are speculated to be making decisions about the future of GM George Paton, despite his acclaimed reputation as a top evaluator. Lastly, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coaching staff could face scrutiny if the team fails to secure a win to clinch the NFC South. The NFL draft scenarios for several teams are at stake as Week 18 approaches. Week 18 of the NFL regular season is here, and the focus is not just on the playoff picture. For several struggling teams, attention has shifted to the upcoming NFL draft. Among them, the Houston Texans have already secured the top overall pick after finishing with a dismal 2-14 record. This pick comes as part of a trade package from an off-season deal that allowed the Carolina Panthers to acquire the first pick in the upcoming 2023 draft. With only one game left in the regular season, the race for the number 2 pick and beyond is intensifying. Sunday's outcomes will determine the draft order for the rest of the teams. Here's a breakdown of the draft scenarios for Week 18, assisted by ESPN Analytics. The Washington Commanders have a chance at the coveted second pick if they lose to the New York Giants and the New England Patriots emerge victorious against the New York Jets. However, if the Commanders fall to the Dallas Cowboys and the Patriots suffer a loss, it will all come down to a razor-thin strength of schedule tiebreaker. The Patriots need to lose to the Jets, while the Commanders beat the Cowboys to secure a higher draft pick. Alternatively, a loss to the Jets and some help from the Atlanta Falcons could also work in their favor due to the strength of schedule tiebreaker. The Arizona Cardinals have a better likelihood of moving up to the third pick rather than remaining at number 4. A loss to the Seattle Seahawks and a win by either the Patriots or Commanders could bolster their chances. However, their strong strength of schedule makes winning any tiebreaker in the top 10 challenging. The New York Giants need to lose to the Chicago Bears and hope for any of the 4-win teams, Commanders, Patriots, or Cardinals, to emerge victorious to secure a higher draft pick. The Los Angeles Chargers need a loss to the Las Vegas Raiders to move into the top 5, with assistance from the Giants or Cardinals winning their matchups. The Tennessee Titans require a loss to the Houston Texans and wins from the Giants, Chargers, and/or Cardinals to end up in the top 5. Otherwise, a win and a New York Jets loss to the Patriots would place the Titans at the number 8 pick. The Jets need to lose to the Patriots and hope for any of the 5-win teams, Giants, Chargers, and Titans, to secure an unexpected victory to potentially jump ahead in the draft order. A win would affect their position, potentially dropping them out of the top 10. On today's segment, we take a closer look at bowl game overreactions and explore favorites for the playoff, Heisman contenders, and the unusual importance of edible mascots. The college football postseason is nearly over, and it's time to get ahead of ourselves and start thinking about next season. Amidst this musing, a dominant team emerges. Ole Miss looks to have solid aspirations to make its first ever college football playoff CFP appearance in 2024. The team's strong December, bolstered by significant additions and retaining top players, has set a promising stage. Notable intra-SEC transfers have strengthened the Rebels roster. The team sent a strong message with a convincing 38-25 victory over Penn State in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Led by quarterback Matt Corral and with essential contributions from returning players, the Rebels are building a formidable force under coach Lane Kiffin. On the other hand, Ohio State ended its season with a 14-3 loss to Missouri in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic. The absence of key players like quarterback Quinn Ewers and star receiver Garrett Wilson, among others, showcased the challenges the Buckeyes might face in 2024. With significant losses to the transfer portal and uncertainties with the roster, the team is undergoing substantial changes. The arrival of transfer quarterback Jake Howard provides a potential solution, but the team needs to address the void left by departing players and strengthen its offensive line for the upcoming season. As the focus shifts to the bowl season, criticisms and discussions have emerged regarding the impact of opt-outs, players in the transfer portal, and underwhelming matchups. Despite these concerns, the unique aspects of bowl games, such as the off-field entertainment and quirky sponsor integrations, maintain the appeal of these events. The narrative of the Pop-Tarts Bowl, the Duke's Mayo Bowl's Mayo Pour, and Taxac Texas Bowl's hilarious halftime scenario uplift the off-field enthusiasm, creating a lighthearted niche within the bowl landscape. Looking ahead, the upcoming 12-team playoff format raises anticipation for a more meaningful postseason. Despite criticisms, smaller bowl games continue to hold significance for teams, delivering memorable moments and making history for the players and their respective programs. These smaller bowls serve as a platform for teams to conclude their season with pride and memorable experiences, adding value beyond the playoff system. While debates and discussions about the college football landscape continue, the need for a dedicated playoff system for Group of Five teams gains traction. The widening gap between Group of Five and Power Five schools emphasizes the necessity for a separate playoff structure, providing competitive opportunities and acknowledging the distinct levels within college football. This proposal seeks to ensure fair and feasible competition, aligning with the diverse tiers present across different segments of football. The excitement and anticipation for the 2024 season extend to various aspects, including the Heisman Trophy race. The SEC quarterbacks, like Alabama's Bryce Young and Ole Miss' Jackson Dart, are expected to be strong contenders for the prestigious award. However, Georgia quarterback Carson Beck, emerging from a standout season, is positioned as a prominent candidate for the Heisman, showcasing exceptional skills and potential to elevate his performance in the upcoming season. Amidst the rising speculations for the 2024 season, teams like Notre Dame, USC, Virginia Tech, and Arizona have showcased potential and significant developments, hinting at promising campaigns. These evolving narratives set the stage for an exciting and dynamic college football landscape in the upcoming season.